Good day, greetings students. I am very happy to meet you all again in grade 12 business studies. We are in chapter 9 discussing about financial management. Chapter number 9, okay, the part B, part 2. We are discussing about business, finance and marketing. Out of this book, we have completed 2 chapters already. We have finished discussing about marketing and consumer protection, and now we are in the midway dealing with financial management. What is financial management? ஒரு business நடத்துறதுக்கு நமக்கு தேவை ஒரு baseline அப்படின்னா the monetary resources, money. The money that you use to run a business or to keep a business active is called as business finance. Now, understanding about business finance, it is essential for us to manage it in the right way. So, நம்மளோட business finance நம்ம என்ன மாதிரி கரெக்டா manage பண்றோம்? How are we investing? How are we paying the dividend? How are we raising the funds? All these points play a very important role in the success of a business. நம்ம என்னதான் வந்து management functions கரெக்டா டீல் பண்ணாலும் நம்மளோட financial management ஓட decision சரியா இல்லை அப்படின்னா whatever we have done with our management functions and our planning and all the other things will not be fruitful. So hence financial management plays a very important role in the successful running of a business. And the primary aim of financial management is wealth maximization, isn't it? Especially the shareholders wealth. அவங்க இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ற மணியை நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்? We are maximizing it. So how do we do it? The dividend, how do we maximize it? It is the point. Okay, so there are 3 financial decisions that we need to keep it in our mind. நம்ம தெளிவா எடுக்க வேண்டிய 3 financial decisions என்ன? Investment decision, then we have the financing decision and the dividend decisions. So out of this we have discussed about investment decision already. So நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? Financing decisions அப்படினா it is of 3. Financing decisions. We have 3 different financing decisions. The first one is called as investment decision. Then we have the financing decision, and finally we have the dividend decision. These are the 3 different decisions that we have: investment decisions, financing decisions and dividend decisions. We have completed our discussion about investment decision. So what is meant by investment decision? How are we going to invest and where are we going to invest? In which are we going to invest our financial resources is called as investment decision. And it can be long term or short term. நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? It can be a long term decision or short term decision. So நம்ம long term decision என்னன்னு சொல்றோம்? Capital budgeting decision. It is called as capital budgeting decision. Why do we say it so? இது ஒரு long term decision அப்படிங்கிறப்போ whatever you invest in it stays in it for a long time. அது அவ்வளோ சீக்கிரமா அந்த ஃபினான்ஸை நம்ம அதிலிருந்து புல் அவுட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முடியவே முடியாது. So this capital budgeting decision should be made with utmost care. ஏன்னா ஒரு லாங் டேர்மாக அந்த ஃபினான்ஸை உங்களால் மூவ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ லைக் பையிங் மெஷினரி, immovable assets அந்த மாதிரி fixed assets எல்லாம் வாங்குறப்போ you need to take a clear cut decision about whether it is a profitable decision or not. You have to keep in your mind about the wealth maximization concept. And the short term investment is called as working capital decision. This is called as, what is this called? Working capital decision. So in the working capital decision அப்படினா day to day expenses, the short term expenses, how much inventory should we hold, what would be the receivables, discussing about all these are called as working capital decisions. Understood? So we have already discussed about the factors affecting capital budgeting decision, and now we are moving on to discuss about financing decision. So financing decision we have two things to discuss about it. One, debt, another one, equity. So how are we going to raise the financial resources for our company? So நம்ம கம்பெனிக்கு தேவைப்படுற ஃபினான்ஸை நம்ம எப்படி ரேஸ் பண்ண போகிறோம், நம்ம எடுக்கிற டெசிஷனை தான் நம்ம ஃபினான்சிங் டெசிஷன்னு சொல்கிறோம். அண்ட் இட் கேன் பி ஐதர் டெட் ஆர் த்ரூ ஈக்விட்டி ஷேர்ஸ். ஸோ டெட் அப்படின்னா கெட்டிங் loans, borrowing அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது debt, because we owe them something. Equity shares அப்படிங்கிறப்போ liquidizing and giving shares. Okay, நம்ம இன்னும் shares கொடுக்கிறது வந்து it's called as equity. So we need to think about it. What is there to think? Debt na enna madriyana interest we have to pay? Should we pledge some asset for it? What should be the contract that we need to lay out? Equity shares kudukrom appadina how many shares should we release? What is the market value of our shares? Because if the market value of shares is not good, then there is no point in releasing shares. ரைட். ஸோ நம்ம அதை பார்த்துக்கணும். நம்மளோட ஷேரோட மார்க்கெட் வேல்யூ இப்போ நல்லா இருக்குன்னா தென் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் we can easily raise funds through shares, equity. Okay, so imagining that, taking into discussion about all these things only, we can go to the next step of discussing about whether it is equity or whether it should be debt. Okay, so debt அப்படின்னா we need to pay the interest, we need to pay the capital, we need to pay the principal amount. Equity அப்படின்னா we need to pay the dividend, how are we going to pay it, and all those points is what we are going to discuss in this session. And then we have the dividend decision. So dividend decision அப்படின்னா again it has two things. One is what are the dividends to be paid, how much should be paid, and should we retain any earnings. Retained earnings. What do you give as dividends? நம்மளோட ப்ராஃபிட்டை தான் நம்ம டிவிடெண்ட்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்கிறோம். நம்ம ப்ராஃபிட்டை தான் நம்மளோட ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ்க்கு டிவைட் பண்ணி கொடுக்குறப்போ we call them as dividends. Fine. So should I give over my entire profit? என்னோட ப்ராஃபிட் ஃபுல்லாகவுமே நான் டிவிடெண்ட்டாக கொடுத்துடணுமா, or should I retain something more because I want to go for investment? அப்படிங்கிறப்போ what am I going to do? மறுபடியும் நான் debt and equityல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணுமா, or can I have some retained earnings through which I can increase the facilities that I have in my organization? So thinking about all this is called as dividend decision. Okay, taking a call for all these things are called as what? Dividend decision. Understood? So today in this session we will be discussing about financing decisions and dividend decisions, right? First let us discuss about financing decision, what is short term, what is long term, and then we will discuss about the factors affecting this financing decision. So out of the financial decisions, how many financial decisions we have? We have 3 financial decisions, namely investment decision, financing decision, and dividend decision. out of which now we are going to discuss about the financing we're going to discuss about the financing decision. Alright, so this decision is about the quantum of finance. Quantum na nam enna solrom, the quantity of money that we need to hold. Okay, the quantum of finance to be raised from various long term sources. This decision is concerned with the quantum of funds to be raised from long term sources, namely debt and equity. So idu panna poroma adu panna poroma. The main sources of funds for a firm are shareholders funds and borrowed funds. So what are the main sources? We have two sources. The main sources of fund, the main sources are, what are those things? Shareholders funds and borrowers fund. What do we call it? Shareholders fund or borrowed fund. Shareholders fund means equity. Borrowed funds are the loans that we get. சரியா? Shareholders fund நம்ம எதை சொல்றோம்? The equity shares and the retained earnings, whereas borrowed funds are raised through debentures or other forms of debt. What do we mean by the shareholders fund? Equity and retained earnings. ஏன்னா அதுவும் ப்ராஃபிட்டோட ஒரு பார்ட்டு. shareholders authority. So shareholders ஓட fundsல we add even the retained earnings. Then we have the borrowed funds, debentures, the contracts, okay, that you draft for what? For getting loans, okay, that is called as debentures. Fine, debentures and other forms of debts. Okay, shareholders funds. Now discussing about the risk illama business illa sollitom. When we have a financing decision, yes, of course we need to think about the risk that comes along with it. Okay, we will discuss it in detail in factors affecting financing decision, but still to know about it we need to decide on the proportion of funds. Sometimes it is a mixture. So எல்லா டைம்லயுமே வந்து நம்ம shareholders fund மட்டுமே இல்ல borrowed funds மட்டுமே டிபெண்ட் பண்ணுவோம் கிடையாது. It at times become a combination of both. சமயத்தில் என்கிட்ட ரீட்டைன் earnings இருக்கும், எனக்கு தேவைப்படுற எக்ஸ்ட்ரா மணி மட்டும் நான் borrow பண்ணால் போதும்னு இருக்கும், ஆர் மை ஈக்விட்டி ஷேர்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் தட் மச் ஆஃப் குட் மார்க்கெட் வேல்யூங்கிறப்ப ஐ ஹாவ் டு கோ ஃபார் மோர் ஆஃப் borrowed funds. ஸோ இட் கேன் பி அ ப்ரொபோர்ஷன், இதில் பாதி அதில் பாதி, இந்த மாதிரி இட் கேன் பி அ combo. A firm has to decide proportion of funds to be raised from either of sources based on their basic characteristics, interest, dividend to be paid, risk, what is the fixed time we have, என்னைக்குள்ள நம்ம ரீபே பண்ணணும். For a borrowed fund of course you have a fixed time இல்லையா. All this risk and all you have to understand. Okay, shareholders fund involves commitment regarding the payment of returns or the repayment of capital. So நமக்கு shareholders fund எடுத்தாலும் அங்கேயும் risk இருக்கு. We need to talk about the payment of dividends, the interest, as well as you need to talk about the repayment of capital. அதே மாதிரி when you talk about the borrowed funds, there even you have this problem. நம்ம interest pay பண்ணணும், நம்மளோட principal money நம்ம திருப்பி pay பண்ணி ஆகணும், and there is a fixed time for it. Okay, so we have to go for a mix based on the company's requirements and the company's resources. Each company has to make this decision very clearly. அந்த கம்பெனியோட பொசிஷன் அந்த டைமில் எப்படி இருக்குங்கிறத பொறுத்து மட்டும்தான் you can think about the next step. Okay, so it is not a fixed one. இப்படித்தான் இருக்கணும் ஃபினான்சிங் டிசிஷன். எல்லா கம்பெனிலையும் borrowed ஃபண்டு தான் பெஸ்ட்டு, இல்லை ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ் ஃபண்டு தான் பெஸ்ட்டுன்னு நம்ம சொல்ல முடியாது. பிகாஸ் இட் டிஃபர்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் சிச்சுவேஷன் டு சிச்சுவேஷன் அண்ட் ஃப்ரம் கம்பெனி டு கம்பெனி. Understood? Then the cost should be estimated. So they have given it here in para wise. That is what we are going to discuss as simple titles. Okay, so we will be discussing the factors affecting financing decisions. What are the factors affecting financing decisions? இதெல்லாமே நம்ம ஞாபகத்தில் வச்சிருக்கணும். அப்படின்னா first thing is the cost involved. எவ்வளோ இருக்கும் the cost of raising funds through different sources. So a prudent manager would normally opt for a source which is the cheapest. We are raising funds, அதில் காஸ்ட் நம்ம ஏன் இன்கர் பண்ணணும்னா yes we need to incur. If you are going to give out equity shares, then you need to talk about the brochures, you need to give out the advertisements, you need to make the legal things behind it. So that comes there. Okay, when you talk about a shareholders fund, in case if you are going to talk about a borrowed fund abdina, you need to submit a project report to the bank, you need to talk to the right people. So everything involves cost. So a good manager, a financial manager would opt for what is cheapest. எதோட காஸ்ட் கம்மியாக இருக்கோ அதை நம்ம சூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். Second thing is the risk. We need to think about the risk associated with either of them. நம்மளோட சோர்ஸில் நமக்கு கூடவே இருக்கிற ரிஸ்க்கை நம்ம அனலைஸ் பண்ணணும். Can we bear that risk? Okay, can we overcome it? Do we have solutions for such problems? அதெல்லாம் யோசிச்சு நம்ம வந்து டிசைட் பண்ணணும். Flotation cost, higher the flotation cost, less attractive the source. Okay, so if the flotation cost is high, then we don't work on it. The processing fee இதெல்லாம் ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கிறப்ப we don't look for it. Even when we are buying something delivery free அப்படின்னா we go for it. But when there is a delivery charge for it, even if the product is good, நமக்கு அது ஆஃபர் ரேட்டில் தான் கிடைக்குது, இருந்தாலும் டெலிவரிக்கே நான் ஒரு 70 rupees 80 rupees பே பண்ணணுமான்னு நம்ம பே பண்ணாமல் விடுற நிறைய ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஸோ the flotation cost also need to be taken into account. Next we are going to talk about the cash flow position of the company. Cash flow position means whether we have more of working capital or capital budgeting, right? அந்த டெசிஷனும் இங்கே இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் ஆகும். ஏன் அப்படின்னா நம்மளோட கேஷ் ஃப்ளோ எப்படி இருக்குங்கிறத பொறுத்து தான் we can decide. A stronger cash flow position may make debt financing more viable than funding through equity. So the cash flow position should be taken into account. Okay, so நம்மளோட cash flow நல்ல liquid-ஆ இருக்கு, easy cash flow movement இருக்கு அப்படின்னா then we can go for, if it is a consumer good and if it is of high demand, cash flow is good. So based on that we need to think. Then fixed operating cost. If a business has high fixed operating cost, like building rent, insurance premium, salaries, etc., it must reduce fixed financing cost. Lower debt financing is better. Similarly, if fixed operating cost is less, more of debt financing may be preferred. So cash flow oda opposite தான் வந்து நம்ம என்னன்னு சொல்றோம், fixed operating cost ன்னு நம்ம சொல்றோம். Fine. So based on that also we need to make our decisions. Fixed operating costs. Okay, then we have control considerations. Issues of more equity may lead to dilution of management's control. நம்ம equity shares பத்தி பேசுறப்பவே dilution, liquidization ஒரு word சொன்னோம். What does that mean? The control is also liquidized. Okay, நம்ம என்ன பண்ணி ஆகணும், dilute பண்ணி ஆகணும். More the shareholders, more the decision making process goes on. So எல்லாருமே ஒவ்வொரு different opinion வச்சிருப்பாங்க. So the control of the management is now split up. So equity shares நம்ம கொடுக்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா we need to think about this also. What we have to think? Control. We have to think about the management control. Okay, because sole proprietor means he himself will take a decision. அதுவே partnership அப்படின்னா I know them. But when you talk about a company, there are different people. யார் யாருன்னு தெரியாது. You can't promise that your mind waves and your whatever you think and what they think will match. நீங்க நினைக்கிறதும் அவங்க நினைக்கிறதும் ஒண்ணா இருக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. So there might be controversies, there might be long discussions, so there will be a stretch in the decision making process. Something goes wrong, easy to blame. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய negative points இருக்கிறதுனால the management control will always be kept within a few people. அதுக்கு தான் நம்ம board of directors choose பண்றோம். Fine. And finally, the state of capital market. It may also affect the choice of fund. That is, when stock market is rising, more people invest in equity. So நம்ம market value of shares ன்னு சொன்னோம். அதே மாதிரி stock market ஓட progress அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம daily பார்க்கிறோம் டிவில NSE BSE ஓடது. So how many points each shares have got, each stock has got. So other vechum people invest, people think about investing in equity shares. So if that is good, our market value is good, our share value is good, stock is rising அப்படின்னா you can easily raise funds through through equity. Otherwise you have to go for debt. So what is the last point? The capital market. Okay, so what are the various points that we have discussed in factors affecting financing decisions? We have talked about the cost. என்ன சோர்ஸாக இருந்தாலும் அதில் இன்வால்வ் ஆகிற காஸ்ட் என்னன்னு நம்ம பார்க்கணும். The cheapest method or the cheapest source should be chosen. Okay, next we have the risk factor. Where is the risk factor? Where is it less? We need to consider that. flotation cost, you need to think about the flotation cost, cash flow position, fixed operating cost, the control dilution, and finally the position of the capital mark, the stock market, how it is changing, is it fluctuating, is it rising, is it falling, இதெல்லாம் வெச்சும் நம்மளோட financing decision நம்ம எடுக்கணும். As I said earlier, it differs based on the situation, based on the company and its requirements. Company எதுக்காக finance raise பண்ணனும் நினைக்கிறாங்க, why do they want to raise funds? So அப்போ is it for a fixed time, can I recover it immediately, okay, or is it a long time process? So நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம், these financing decisions are actually interrelated. So நம்மளோட investment நம்ம finance எதுக்கு எடுக்கிறோம், for investing. So based on the investment decision you need to take the financing decision, and based on the financing decision you have to think about the investment decision. So இது எல்லாமே யார், அதனால தான் we have a single management called the financial management to deal with it. Okay, and finally we have the third decision to discuss, which is called the dividend decision. Okay, shares raise பண்றோம், okay, shareholders இருக்காங்க, கம்பெனினா shareholders இருப்பாங்க, we need to give the part of profit. So நம்ம கம்பெனி எடுக்கிற ப்ராஃபிட்ல ஒரு பார்ட் நம்ம shareholdersக்கு கொடுக்கணும். We discussed that the aim or the objective of financial management is to maximize the shareholders wealth. So shareholders wealth oda way என்ன, dividend. So is it going to be dividend or is it going to be retained earning? Yeah, retained earning, because we discussed that it is part of the shareholders fund also. So அப்படிங்கிறப்போ which decision I have to take, should I keep more of retained earnings or should it be more of dividends? This decision is also an equally important decision to be taken, and that is called as dividend decision. The share of profit given to the shareholders is called as dividends. So what is a dividend decision? What is a dividend? The share of profit given to the shareholder is called dividend. Fine. What are the other things that you need to discuss about? The decision involved here is how much of the profit earned by the company is to be distributed to the shareholders. எவ்வளோ கொடுக்கணும் நம்ம after the tax, okay, and how much of it should be retained. While the dividend constitutes the current income, reinvestment as retained earning increases a firm's future earning capacity. The extent of retained earnings also is important. So நம்ம என்ன decide பண்ணோம், how much how much should be retained and how much should be retained and how much should be paid as dividend. So நம்ம என்ன decide பண்றோம் இங்க? How much should be retained as retained earnings for what? For reinvestment. Okay, and for raising finance. Okay, the firm does not require funds to the extent of reinvested retained earnings. The decision regarding dividend should be taken keeping in view the overall objective of maximizing shareholders' wealth. So here also we have certain factors that affect this dividend decision. So இங்கேயும் நம்ம என்ன யோசிக்கணும்? We have to maximize the shareholders' wealth. Point number 1. Point number 2 is that it is required, this retained earnings turn out to be an investment option, turn out to be a financing decision. So we need to take that also into our account. Okay, so what are the factors that affect dividend decision? Factors affecting dividend decision. Okay, so how much of the profits earned by the company will be distributed as profit and how much will be retained that is the decision called dividend decision. So dividend decision na nam enna solrom, how much will be paid as dividend and how much will be retained. Simple. So how do you decide it? There are certain factors that you need to consider before taking your dividend decision, out of which first one is called as amount of earnings. How much you have earned? Is it huge? If it is huge, then you can keep something aside as retained earnings. Nariya namakku vandu profit irukkunna, after paying the dividend also you can retain something. So earning vechu da nama decide panna mudiyum. Illa earning romba kammiya irukkunna, you can't think about retained earnings. Right, at that time whatever profit you have got, you have to divide it and give it as profit. So that is an important decision. Second thing is stability of earnings. So other things remaining the same, a company having stable earning is in a better position to declare higher dividends. A company having unstable earnings is likely to pay smaller dividend. Opposite adana irukanum. If the earnings are stable, then why do they pay higher dividends? Because the company's earnings are stable. So இன்னைக்கு நான் dividend கொடுத்தாலும் என்னோட கம்பெனியோட cash flow நார்மலா தான் இருக்குங்கிறப்போ I don't want to retain anything. The cash flow of the company is good. Okay, so I have no issues about my financing. அப்படிங்கிறப்போ I don't have to think about retained earnings. Isn't it? But in case it is unstable, the earnings are unstable, எப்போ இந்த earnings வரும் தெரியாது, இன்னைக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு டெய்லி இது கிடைக்குமா தெரியாதுங்கிறப்போ we don't entertain higher dividends. Okay, we opt for paying smaller dividends. So the stability of earnings. Stability of earnings. Okay, next, stability of dividends. Companies generally follow a policy of dividend. So நம்ம equity கொடுக்கிறப்பவே 2%, 3% or a fixed dividend நம்ம கொடுக்கிறோம். So how often do we pay this dividend? Do we pay it in the right ratio? All these are also important because it should not affect the goodwill of the company. Company oda goodwill eppum adhe mari da irukanum. Okay, for that companies generally follow a policy of stabilizing dividend per share. Okay, the increase in dividends is generally made when there is confidence that their earning potential has gone up and not just the earnings of the current year. In other words, dividend per share is not altered if the change in earnings is small or seen to be temporary in nature. So I have promised that I will pay 1000 rupees per month as dividend. Solliten. Okay, so I have 10 shareholders in vechikalam. I have 10 shareholders. So enoda profit evlava irukanum? My profit I am expecting enak evlo return varum appadina I am expecting 20,000 rupees profit. So appo na dividend evlo pay panna mudiyum? 1000 per shareholder, and what is the remaining? 1000 per shareholder poga 10,000 can be my retained earnings or periya company. So I am planning it like this. Ana this profit I didn't get. Okay, I couldn't get that profit immediate enala materialize panna mudiyala, and I could get only 12,000. So இப்போவும் என்னால் 1000 rupees பே பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னா then that is a stability of dividends. நான் 1000 rupees ப்ராமிஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். என்னோட retained earnings 10,000 நான் வைக்கணுங்கிறதுக்காக இந்த 2000 எடுத்து 200 ஈச்னு என்னால் கொடுக்க முடியாது. I need to pay a proper dividend because tomorrow I am going to get. இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு ப்ராஃபிட் இல்லைனாலும் நாளைக்கு கிடைக்கிற ப்ராஃபிட்டை நான் ரீட்டைன் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். இன்னைக்கு நான் ப்ராமிஸ் பண்ண dividend pay பண்ணிடுறேன் அப்படின்னா then that is called as stability of dividends. So if you know that the change is temporary or the change is very small, then you don't have to worry about it. You can pay the dividends properly. Okay, next we have the growth opportunities. What is the next point? Growth opportunities. So if we have good growth opportunities, we can retain more. Yeah, reinvestment namlala panna mudiyum. So and the growth vechi da we decide about the dividend also. Okay, the dividend in growth companies is therefore smaller than that in the non-growth companies. ஏன்னா நாளைக்கு எனக்கு கிடைக்குமா கிடைக்காதுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது. So whatever profit I am having, I divide it and give it as dividend. Whereas in growing companies, இந்த கம்பெனிக்கு நல்ல ஒரு future இருக்கு, your sales will definitely be good அப்படின்ற ஒரு கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் இருக்கிறப்போ I want to reinvest. I want to increase my brands. I want to increase my production. அப்படிங்கிறப்போ you need for investment, and at that time you will retain more. அப்போ dividend கம்மியாக இருக்கும். Okay, then the cash flow position, as we have been discussing repeatedly. The cash flow position takes a turn here. Like what? We can be the company may be earning profit but may be short of cash. Availability of enough cash in the company is necessary for declaration of dividend. எல்லாமே நாளைக்கு மெட்டீரியலைஸ் பண்ண போகிற மணி. Okay, I have sold much but I haven't still realized the fruits of it. இப்போ ஒரு லாங் டேர்ம் கான்ட்ராக்ட் நம்ம ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கு சப்ளை பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, எஸ்பெஷலி ரா மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி சப்ளை பண்ணுறப்போ they don't pay immediately after 1 year, after 6 months அப்படி தான் பே பண்ணுவாங்க. அப்படிங்கிறப்போ immediately we can't give out the dividend, ஏன்னா dividend should be given in form of cash and we need to have liquid cash for that, isn't it? So the cash flow position of the company also decides it. And the shareholders preference, what do they want? Some shareholders, some companies give small dividends but regularly. Some companies expect a huge bonus even occasionally. So what do the shareholders prefer? Avangalukku enna theva? Do they want it a regular one or do they want it an occasional one and a big one? So avangalukku enna theva? Regular income. Ipo vandu if you are talking about senior citizens and all, they would want a regular income. So they have retired அப்படிங்கிறப்போ அவங்களோட அந்த ரெகுலர் இன்கமாக இந்த டிவிடெண்ட் இருக்கணும்னு எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. இதுவே இஃப் யூ டேக் பீப்புள் ஹூ இன்வெஸ்ட் இன் மெனி திங்ஸ், அவங்களுக்கு என்ன இருக்கணும், அட் அ சர்டன் டைம் இதோட மெச்சூரிட்டி வந்து எனக்கு 1 இயர்க்கு அப்புறம் இருந்தால் போதும். ஐ வுட் லைக் டு ஹாவ் அ பிக் சம் லம்ப் சம் மணி. ஸோ நம்மளோட எய்ம் என்னங்கிறத பொறுத்து, நம்மளோட நீடை பொறுத்து நம்மளோட ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் மாறும். ஸோ ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ் ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸை பொறுத்து நம்மளோட டிவிடெண்ட் டிசிஷன் மாறும். ஓகே, தென் we have the taxation policy, the present taxation policy. Taxation policies keep changing, isn't it? So what is the present taxation policy which is beneficial? Is it good if we pay higher dividends or if we retain more? So நமக்கு tax benefit கம்மியாக இருக்குது, இப்போ tax அவ்வளவா levy ஆகலைங்கிறப்போ you can take the decision based on the taxation policy. ஓகே, TDS ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குங்கிறப்போ டேக்ஸ் டிடெக்டட் அட் சோர்ஸ் அப்படிங்கிறப்போ nobody will want a dividend. சரி, என் பேரில் அது retained earning இருக்கட்டும் தான் ஃபீல் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ வாட் எவர் இஸ் த ப்ரெசன்ட் taxation policy, based on that also the decision is taken. Okay, next we have the stock market reaction, the value of shares and the stock market's position. நிறைய டிவிடெண்ட் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணுறாங்களா, கம்மியாக எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணுறாங்களா, ஸ்டாக் ப்ரைஸஸ் எப்படி இருக்குது, all these play an important role. Okay, stock market what is the position of our stocks and generally the stock market? A decrease in dividend may have a negative impact on the share prices in the stock market. ஸோ நம்ம எப்படி ஒரு பொருள் வாங்குறப்போ இதோட லைஃப் என்னென்னு பார்த்து வாங்குகிறோமோ அதே மாதிரி ஒரு ஷேரில் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண போகிறப்போ the shareholders will think about the dividend, the return on their investment. ஸோ அதை பொறுத்தும் நம்மளோட dividend decision இருக்கணும். Okay, then access to capital market. So large and reputed companies generally have easy access to capital markets and therefore may depend less on retained earning to finance their growth. These companies tend to pay higher dividends than smaller companies which have relatively low access to the capital market. So நம்ம ஏற்கனவே டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண அந்த ஃபினான்சிங் டிசிஷன்ஸில் இருந்த மாதிரியான கேபிட்டல் மார்க்கெட் டிசிஷன்ஸ் லைக் பையிங் பிக் திங்ஸ், raising more funds, ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள் இருக்கிறப்போ based on that also we have to take a clear cut dividend decision. So what is the 9th point? Access to capital market. This talks about the need for retained earnings. நம்ம கம்பெனிக்கு retained earnings வேணும் அப்படின்னா the dividends paid or smaller, whereas we don't want retained earnings. நமக்கு retained earningsக்கான need ரொம்ப கம்மிங்கிறப்போ this dividends are higher, the dividends paid are higher. Access to access to capital markets. Okay, then we have legal constraints. We need to follow the rules and regulations, how much we can pay as dividend, in what form, all those things should be taken into account. And finally, contractual constraints. So nammaloda equity shares nama vaangurappo there is a contract laid out, isn't it? So this contractual constraints also should be taken into account. Contractual constraints. So what are we talking about? The factors affecting dividend decision. What are the various factors? What is the profit earned? Based on that we decide, and whether we get stable earnings, then how are we paying our dividend? Is it also stable? Is a change going to affect our earnings? Adu paakanum. Growth opportunities irundha retain earnings jaasthiya irukum. Cash flow எப்படி இருக்குது? இப்போ நம்மக்கிட்ட கேஷ் இல்லை, நம்ம ப்ராஃபிட் இருக்குது, ஆனால் அது கேஷாக நம்மளால் மெட்டீரியலைஸ் பண்ண முடியலை அப்படின்னா the dividends will be less. Shareholders preference, what do they expect from the company? Then taxation policy, current taxation policy, stock market reactions, access to capital market. If the company has good access to capital market, then they pay higher dividends. Legal constraints, what are the legal and contractual constraints that we need to take or keep in mind? Okay, these are the various factors that we need to think before taking a dividend decision. As we have discussed, there are 3 financial decisions: investment decision, financing decision and dividend decision. In the மூணுத்தையுமே நல்லா யோசிச்சு we have to think about the factors, and based on the factors, based on the need of the company at that time, the decision should be taken by a financial manager. This decision is very very important because it is going to affect the success and running of the company. Understood? So that is our discussion about financial decisions. In the next session, we will be discussing about financial planning. Financial decision சரி எப்படி இதை பிளான் பண்ணணும்? How do we invest? How do we move? What should be the cash flow? Okay, இது எல்லாமே நம்ம எப்படி பிளான் பண்ணணுங்கிறது தான் we are going to discuss in the next session. Please go through whatever we have discussed so far. If at all you have any doubts, please feel free to reach me out and get your doubts clarified. Thank you, and may all have a wonderful day today.